Starting a business requires careful financial planning, and understanding the startup costs is crucial for any entrepreneur aiming to succeed. Startup costs encompass all the expenses incurred before a business begins. Operations can vary significantly depending on the type of business, its size, and the industry. To effectively navigate this critical phase, it is essential to create a detailed budget that outlines these costs, ensuring that adequate funding is in place to launch the venture successfully. The first step in identifying startup costs involves distinguishing between fixed and variable expenses. Fixed costs are those that remain constant regardless of the level of production or sales. Examples include rent, salaries, insurance, and equipment purchases. Variable costs, on the other hand, fluctuate based on business activity and can include raw materials, utilities, and marketing expenses. Understanding these categories helps entrepreneurs gain clarity on their financial commitments and allows for more accurate forecasting. One of the most significant startup costs for any business is securing a location. Whether opting for a physical storefront, office space, or a home-based operation, the associated costs can vary widely. Factors such as lease agreements, deposits, and utility connections should be considered. For businesses that rely on foot traffic or customer interaction, location is particularly vital, and it is worth investing in a space that enhances visibility and accessibility. Equipment and supplies represent another major expense for startups. Depending on the nature of the business, this could range from computers and office furniture to manufacturing machinery or inventory. It is essential to assess what is necessary for initial operations and to explore options for financing or leasing equipment if the upfront costs are prohibitive. Additionally, entrepreneurs should consider ongoing maintenance costs associated with equipment to avoid unexpected expenses later on. Marketing and branding are crucial elements for any new business. Creating a brand identity, designing a logo, and developing a marketing strategy can require a significant investment, especially if professional services are engaged. Entrepreneurs should allocate a budget for initial marketing efforts, including online advertising, promotional materials, and potential public relations campaigns. This initial outlay can be vital in establishing market presence and attracting customers. Licensing, permits, and legal fees are often overlooked but can add up quickly. Depending on the business type and location, various permits may be required to operate legally. This could include health and safety licenses, zoning permits, or industry-specific certifications. It is prudent for entrepreneurs to research the regulatory requirements for their business and budget accordingly to avoid delays in launching operations due to compliance issues. Another key component of startup costs is staffing. If the business requires employees, entrepreneurs must consider salaries, payroll taxes, and benefits. Even if starting as a sole trader, budgeting for personal living expenses during the initial phase when profits may be minimal is essential. Understanding how long it may take to generate income and ensuring personal finances are secure can help alleviate stress during this critical startup period. Once all potential startup costs are identified, creating a comprehensive budget becomes paramount. This budget should not only list all anticipated expenses, but also include a contingency fund for unexpected costs, which can often arise in the early stages of a business. Many entrepreneurs find it beneficial to create a detailed cash flow forecast, projecting income and expenses over the first few months or even years of operation. This forecast will help determine the necessary funding required to cover costs until the business becomes self-sustaining. Funding options should also be carefully considered during this planning phase. Entrepreneurs may explore various avenues for financing, including personal savings, bank loans, grants, or investment from venture capitalists. Each funding source has its own implications, and understanding these will help inform the decision-making process. It is important to ensure that any funding acquired aligns with the overall business strategy and does not lead to unsustainable debt levels. In conclusion, Understanding startup costs and creating a budget are fundamental aspects of launching a successful business. By identifying all potential expenses and carefully forecasting financial needs, entrepreneurs can ensure that they are adequately prepared to face the challenges of starting a new venture. This financial planning not only helps secure the necessary funding, but also provides a roadmap for managing finances effectively as the business grows. With a clear understanding of startup costs and a solid budget in place, entrepreneurs are better positioned to navigate the uncertainties of the early stages of their business journey, increasing their chances of long-term success.